Israel's President Shimon Peres took to the stage at the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos to receive an award honouring his life's work. It was on this same platform that Iran's President Rouhani said he renounced nuclear weapons, and Mr. Peres was asked if he believed that assurance.
Nobody forces Iran, for example, to support Hezbollah, which is today the greatest killer in Syria. They don't need anybody. Nobody has to force Iran to spend so much money on the nuclear capacities. So, I mean, for the time being, it's half a story.
The Middle East remained in focus here in the BBC debate on US power. The situation in Syria soon sparked a lively exchange between the panelists.
Most important and salient issue today is that we just had the news that 11,000 people have been killed and murdered and tortured by Bashar Assad, and we have not lifted a finger to help these people.
So you had a war in Iraq for 10 years. You had a war in Afghanistan still going on. You had a war in Libya. Now, yet another war, a fourth war in Syria. Is it leadership? When you just bomb a country and then you go away, leaving the Libyans, to a scandalous situation.
We have to stop the killing. And when the world got together and the Security Council managed to get a resolution on the chemical weapons in Syria, why is it impossible to get a similar resolution on stopping the fighting in Syria?
Elsewhere in the annual meeting, British Prime Minister David Cameron painted an upbeat picture of the UK economy. He said Britain was ready to reshore or repatriate jobs from abroad, providing European Union red tape was kept to a minimum.
We don't protect workers by piling on the regulations and directives to such an extent that people become unemployable. We have to maintain the flexibility for companies to grow, to expand, to change. Incredibly complex and overwritten directives that take this flexibility away, that make life difficult for temporary workers or that stop firms moving people between plants, they just mean that companies who might want to reshore will reshore somewhere else.
Delegates are now waiting to hear from the US Secretary of State John Kerry, who speaks later. His response to the message delivered in Davos by Iran's president will be eagerly anticipated.